on the river, on the bank. Kick out the shoes because you put them no cramp. Why you say on the river, on the bank? But the new dog, you know we people man. Yo, down the flank, we are go down the flank. Like a baller, we go down the flank.
I could never get the arm dance moves correct. But good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Tuesday episode of Sunup on 7. My name is Brandon Usher.
I'm Courtney Menzies.
And today is May 19th, guys. We are well over that midpoint mark. We are chugging on through this month, but we have a beautiful show planned for you today. Courts, you want to give them something?
If you always wanted to know more about digital literacy, stay tuned because you'll be learning more on our couch.
Guys, and apart from that, we know that the time of year is circling back around when all these hotels and resorts, they start giving off, you know, those Belizean rates, those sweet, sweet rates that you can go explore your country. Well, we have Gaia River Lodge coming in talking about what new offers they have for you this season. But guys, with that, we have a loaded couch talk for you, a very loaded couch talk. This one I might rile up Simona, but you know what? That's what we're here for.
We'll be riled up too.
So you know how this works? Bop! Let's try we get to the couch.
To the river, to the bank.
On the river, on the bank. Kick out the shoes because you put them no cramp. Why you say on the river, on the bank? But the new dog, you know we people man. Yo, down the flank, we are go down the flank. Like a baller, we go down the flank.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
He's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me, this
You
is
and
what you're
I were the first ones to see
And we're going to be talking about the hush that has been
the
happening
world
over
that
the
we
weekend.
see
So
may
far.
seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Tuesday episode of Sunup on 7. So before we bring you the show, we have to bring you the weather and the traffic courtesy of the Belize Met Service and Smart.
Good morning, Belize. A moderate to strong easterly airflow prevails. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for mostly sunny and warm conditions today, and high temperatures are expected to reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 96 inland, and 84 over the mountains. Tonight will be breezy and skies will be clear to partly cloudy with low temperatures of 83 along coastal areas, 74 inland, and 68 in the higher elevations. Showers, if any, will be light and isolated. The wind will blow from the east at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be moderate to rough. A small craft caution remains in effect for occasionally gusty winds and locally rough seas, especially beyond the Barrow Reef. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. A high tide will occur at 40 minutes past 11 this morning, a low at 6:58 p.m., and then a high at 1:15 a.m., and a low at 5:50 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:19 this morning and will set at 19 minutes past 6. The moon will rise at 1 minute past 8 this morning and set at 9:48 tonight. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for mainly fair weather with little to no rain. In the sargassum forecast, there is the possibility that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, resulting in moderate impacts on beaches across the country. And in the fire forecast, the risk for forest and brush fires will continue to be high over the next 24 hours. And with that, we conclude this morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
We have the weather and the traffic, guys. Gortz, how are you doing this morning?
Well, the weather is hot and the traffic is trafficking.
It is trafficking. It is trafficking. I was a part of that traffic.
Yeah,
this
you
morning.
might have caused that traffic. A little bit of a roadblock.
No, I had to pull over on the sides plenty times. Plenty times. I don't know what happened. I can tell Jules like, and this might sound a little bit morbid, but like you know when somebody is about to pass on, like they get a rush of energy, and then my vehicle did a rush of energy all the while, and then all of a sudden like, yeah, all right, bam. I'm like,
So is it dead?
it's not dead. It's just, it's hot. It's hot. It's coming in hot, guys. My soul is coming in hot this morning.
At least you made it.
At least I made it, guys. I just stepped into the building, so
Yeah, so excuse us for being, I think it was like maybe 4 minutes late.
5.
We'll make it up for you.
Well, yeah, I promised the people.
Maybe not today. One day.
We always go over time. Anyways. But shall we get into this jam-packed couch
Yeah,
talk?
let's start.
Guys, we begin this couch talk with the immigration scandal. You know, we reported last week that there has been some embezzlement of over $150,000. Apart from that, we have the 2 missing nationality papers. And so we've just seen that press release coming from the Ministry of Immigration, but no comments since then until last night when, well, the Minister of Immigration, Karim Musa, made he made a star last night in the news, first off. His interviews
He's
are
always
like,
a star.
well, you know, every night, like you have a different star from the news. He made a star last night, and he had some comments to give about this. We know that there is one person who is being investigated, but there are several more who they think could be involved in this because this is a process from February of 2025.
Yeah, last year.
And it goes again by, you know, receiving payments. They have it in the system and a receipt is issued, but upon leaving, they cancel out those orders and they keep the money from there, right? So
And this is a process that involves multiple people. So in these documents, what Minister Musa was saying is that either these other persons who are involved in this process were also involved in the embezzlement, or this guy forged all of these signatures. Now,
which, I mean, kind of unlikely.
yeah, because it's just like, how do you, as a one-man show, one-man team, you do all of these from February 2025 up until like April of this year. It's like over a year, you're doing all of this by yourself, forging all these documents, and nobody not catch up. That does not seem.
And not that the thing, nobody caught up, and that was my whole qualm with this entire thing. That, okay, so all this while, so you mean nobody not come back with a receipt or anything? They said that, yes, I paid for this or what's not, and nothing happened from there. But like I while I was talking out loud, it came to me that, you know what, yes, maybe they pushed through the paperwork because it has been paid for. Nobody down the line to worry if it get paid or not. That doesn't pass the level of payment. But it's at that level that it gone through. So maybe people gone to actually get their documents or whatever they requested, right? But in this case, it's like you have the red flag of who they balance out their things there and why, and Renata made a good point yesterday, why since February of 2025 to now, nobody they look on the frequency of these cancellations or these reversals, right?
And the missing, you know, each receipt has like a number. Do you not notice a chunk that's missing or?
I don't know, they still issue the written receipts? I don't remember.
But I feel like I think that, I don't know. But you're right, yeah. There's so much processes, so much checks and balance in place to prevent things like this. And how is it that nobody for all this time noticed anything that's odd or suspicious or anything like that? So like you said, Minister Musa says that they're investigating further to see not just who else may be involved, but the scale of it, because they still haven't figured out how much money was lost, or, you know.
That's true, yeah. Jules, I equated it somewhere, if it's $200 a transaction, 800 transactions, that's $160,000 that has gone, right? But they just issued $150,000. When asked again how did this, or why did this become publicized? Well, to warn foreign officials and foreign nations to say that, you know what, if any of these records have been, have been docking up to their ports, look out for them. If they seem faulty, just alert us, and then we'll kind of confirm for you guys, right? And that's with the nationality papers.
Yeah, that's one in Belmopan immigration.
That's one in Belmopan. But they're looking to go to the full extent of the law in order to arrest and pose criminal proceedings against this person or persons that may be involved with all of this, guys.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and the question is too, well, that we asked is that, was it the FO that wasn't vigilant enough? Was it the sitting minister at the time that this embezzlement started and the CEO? Were they asleep at the wheel? How did they not figure it out?
Who that is sitting minister though? Who was it?
Who was it? It wasn't immigration under Prime Minister's?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So of course, Minister Musa would never say like, oh yeah, blame the Prime Minister, blame any of his colleagues and stuff. What he said is that we aren't actually in the departments, we aren't actually in the ministries, so we don't actually see these things to be able to notice something that's wrong.
When did he come into the Ministry of Immigration?
November.
All right, so you have some months, because later on in his interview, as we'll get to in a few, he's a very hands-on minister, meaning he's in these places doing the job, right? So maybe then it may have been uncovered, or they find my lead tracking of it, and then they track it until April, or I don't know. But yes, the sitting minister the minister at that time was under the portfolio of the Prime Minister.
Right.
So is it the FO indeed? Is it,
Yeah, who has someone has to be held accountable, apart from the persons who are committing these crimes, somebody has to be held accountable, because you obviously don't have enough security or enough checks and balances in place to prevent stuff like this. And I know that they've dealt with similar crimes, maybe not the exact process of this receipt reversal, but they've dealt with other crimes of embezzlement within the last few years. So how do you not double down?
Constant waves of corruption in that crazy. And then, as Eduardo Ayala says, and what a shame for us, imagine telling other countries to be on the lookout for fraudulent Belizean documents.
Right. Yeah, so that's the issue that happened in Belmopan, where 2 of these nationality documents were, well, presumably stolen. They're missing, and they're investigating it to see if they were stolen, if, whatever the cause is. But it's likely that, or what Minister Musa was saying, is that it's likely that it was stolen to go through the process of passports. Obviously legitimate passports, and if they find out, they will have to cancel it, which is why they put out a notice to Interpol to see to look out for these numbers, the numbers that are on the nationality papers. But yes, you have fraud at the Belize City Immigration Office, and then theft at more than just theft, at the Belmopan Immigration Office. So it's like, what is happening?
Immigration rocks again. I remember being in one of the inquiries for immigration scandal from way back, I think 2015 or something like that, where it was just like, man, really? Wow. But moving on into our next topic this morning, and is the very immigration officer jet setting instead of keeping an eye on the ministry? Well, like we just discussed, he just came into office in November of last year, meaning you only have, 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months.
6 months in. And is he jet setting? So now we've seen reports that he was recently in Houston.
He was recently in New York. Before that, he was in Houston, and before that, he was in Florida.
Doing these things, and this is where the interview reveals that he's a very hands-on minister when it comes to any governmental departments that he's in. We know that in Home Affairs, he was in A, B, C, D. He was testing out the gun range, all of those things like that. But now we have come into some times where we've seen that the government has to put some setbacks as it comes to expenditures.
I don't understand why this wasn't a thing to begin with. Why you are saying, oh, and I have to travel less? Why were you...
The war, Courtney, and the rising prices of fuel.
But why were you... Obviously, your presence is not needed at all at these events in the first place. So you, by saying, okay, when you budget out your personal budget, you're just like, you know what? I had to go out 3 times a week. So I will start go out only 1 time a week. That means you never had to go out the other 2 times a week. You were doing it because you wanted to. No, it's the same thing with them. They could have been saving money to begin with instead of the bob or how we don't have this, we don't have that. They could have been saving money to begin with by staying their little butts at home.
No.
But everybody that hands-on ministers
Yeah,
now,
everybody
have
that
to be
hands-on.
jet-setting about the place. And I want, it's not just Minister Musa because, you know, he was making a joke that like, it's because of, it's me. And like, no, it's all of you. It's all of you. You guys are all about, I mean, the Prime Minister is getting ready to go on summer vacation as we speak. So it's like, one is for
business
and one
Why
is
he
for
telling people that they
personal.
gone?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But I just know that they do a lot of traveling and they could have been conscious of the money they were spending in the first place because ministers only go to show face. They're not technocrats. They don't go to
And
work.
that is the thing. You have your very capable people,
Exactly.
or I will put this in brackets, very capable people who are able to go over there and get the job done. They represent you as the minister. Minister, what are you doing in Belize? You know, what else are you doing in Belize? Why you have to cross this and like you said, just for show face? Probably meet the people in it so and you know, people, I don't know, people still swoon off of ministers and I think like
I think I guess it depends where they're going. I don't know if it's a minister, but like obviously Prime Minister for sure, but like
you know, I've always found that strange, like in the Caribbean nations, like, oh my God, I need to impress this man, this woman or man in parliament or whatever.
whole time that's your employee. Like
then
you
I'm like-
put that person in that they're supposed to impress you.
I guess I grew up in the realm of seeing Finnegan and Barrow at a Brad supermarket, they slam down feature, so I don't know. Bit of that. But no, there is, like you said, Courtney, there are technocrats that go out there and get the job done for you. They come on the instructions of the minister himself. They come with their regards of the minister themselves. So why you have to do that in New York and then Houston and then this place?
And then with your entourage.
What's the entourage? Who are the entourage, right?
Right. And in, you know, in Musa's case, a lot of times he also Chicken Dread, right? He says that Mr. Chicken Dread, Mr. Ferguson, pays for his own. Maybe he got paid one paid trip, but other than that, he pays for his trips when he goes.
So you know the budget neither? You the role that good as a driver?
That you could just say, you know what, I go in my minister. Like, I need to be a driver because what kind of bank are you making?
That's what I had to say.
Any of you ministers out there, you need a driver, hit me up.
Hey, you just planned for Saudi Arabia next month. I just said, all right, good. I got the money. No worry.
Yeah.
Tell me when you're the book. Book too. Like, yeah, all right. The entourage goes along.
And I know they're not look for the cheapest of tickets.
But you know, the thing is, like, just to go back on that point that you said, Courts, with they're taking their entourage. Imagine when cop come wrong and then you find out the minister and the minister wife and then this person and that person to go. Instead of saving money from back then, we made a roll tick.
Yeah.
We made a roll tick. But the Belizean people never made a roll tick at all.
Exactly. And just, cop is like a whole other ball game because it's just like you are literally doing the same thing you're fighting against. So it's like, it genuinely just shows how performative it all is. You're saying, yeah, we want to save the environment, but let me get in this plane. Let me go to this country where...
Where they chop down a whole road in the Amazon.
Right, they're literally going to countries that aren't abiding by environmental, laws and rules and regulations. And then you could just stay home. I mean, COP is just a total performative. It does nothing. It results in nothing, and it's just a way of destroying the environment further because you have all these people jetting across the world to come to one country. Just do that thing over Zoom.
I want to ask Charlotte this question. She said, what with all these trips, what was the solution? What did they accomplish? Beautiful questions, but I want to ask you, Charlotte, did you ever meet one of the immigration ministers over there in Sacramento?
He was at the embassy. So what they were doing is the mobile hub, which is like, it's basically the same processes that the embassies do in the first place, but I guess this is a special time where you can go and meet your minister, and maybe get like questions answered, I guess, or a little bit.
I wonder if they vote for the man. If they could have come in for vote for the man.
Or send a proxy.
Or if they pay for make them come in, because that was a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do it. I'm pretty sure they still do it. When they fly in people for go vote for them and then go back.
Yeah.
Free ticket, right?
Crazy.
Anyways, moving on to the same minister. We're switching portfolios now to his, Labour. Talking about the OSH bill, the Occupational Safety and Health Bill, we know that this has been in the works for so long. It is very crucial that we pass this bill. We have recently heard that the House has passed this bill, but now it gone to the Senate. And the Senate has issues with it, saying that it's the domestic workers aren't included. There are some other issues, but the main thrust of it was that the domestic workers were not included. When asked about this, Minister Musa just got off to say, you know what? We have been trying to pass this thing for decades, he says. And they don't voice no opinions, they don't voice nothing until the umpteenth hour, until the final hour. Then all of a sudden, after decades of just silence, they will finally come up with this. Like, we want to try, we're not going to make no big fuss of this, you know, but we are trying to answer the things, but come on, man, you can't wait till last minute for this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and this comes after they had a meeting scheduled for May 14th. The senators, I think this was there's going to be their second meeting, to sit down with the ministry and to consult. I mean, I agree the time for consulting is not now. And what Musa said, like you pointed out, that he thought it was just this one domestic issue they would work out the kinks on, but they have different issues. So before the May 14th meeting, the clerk sent an email to the senators saying this meeting is cancelled because the Ministry of Labor said they can't help you now, basically. Like, all they could do is really just listen. They can't do anything to actually help you. So rather than waste your time, just submit your concerns in writing and they will look it over and they will, deal with it like that. But so it makes them seem incompetent, the ministry, like, what you mean you can't do nothing about it? What you mean you can't talk to these people and hear their concerns and say, okay, well, that's not feasible, or we could compromise like this, or what you mean? It generally makes you seem incompetent, but, Musa is saying that's not the case. It's just that this isn't the time for all of this to be happening now. So this poor OSH bill, there's no rush to the OSH.
Not at all.
Unfortunately. And while we aren't rushing the OSH, there are workers out there who are currently suffering because this law is in place and cannot be enforced. And it's very unfortunate. And the domestic workers thing is a real issue because you can't leave them out on the one hand, but on the other hand, how you are busting at somebody's house and make a check,
yes.
make sure your housekeeper, that they're in a good work environment.
It's a very delicate line. I understand that qualm there. But the majority of our workers out there, especially those in construction and all that thing, when you say people play Spider-Man pan City Hall and they go up with just one piece of rope, they tie it on pan this lamppost or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that they do that now, but yes, we've seen it before. These are horrific sights to see, and if anything go wrong, if one snap happen, if one this happen, look at the one at the remember the one at the BDF camp with the crane where Rusty and the crane snap and kill the person. They're like, these things need to be done. I mean, is it that we can pass this and then implement the domestic workers or amend the law to include domestic workers after that? Because, like I said, very delicate line between, yes, checking if they're safe, but at the same time violating someone's privacy.
Right.
Can we pass the OSH to cover everybody else and then bring in the domestic workers?
Yeah, so that's something that we have to wait and see what comes out of that. They're supposed to submit it. I think by this end of the week, they're supposed to be submitting their concerns, and then it goes through another process. So we'll see when it goes back. And will it have to go back to the House?
Drafting again and all of that.
Redrafting and have to go back to the House and all of these things.
There's no rush to this, guys. Just please be wary out there for all those persons who work in hard labor and things like that. Please just be aware and safe. Because we don't have not this one. We have laws, yes, but common law. We don't have actual statute as yet. But moving on into our fourth one and this one, Well, before that, again, Minister Musa weighed in on our local politics, our municipal politics, especially here in Belize City. We know that we've been seeing the rumors. We've seen fake flyers going around talking about who won't be the next mayor of Belize? Municipal elections are next year, people. Get that in your head.
Yeah.
Write us for next year. And we hear that Mayor Bernard has endorsed Elude Miller, the current deputy mayor.
And his son-in-law.
And his son-in-law to be the next mayor of Belize. But then we have another contender stepping in, or people bringing in another contender stepping
that's
in.
the speculation, the rumors. It's not, nothing has been confirmed as yet.
Nothing. Alan Pollard is the next candidate there, both from the PUP. And, well, we've seen a clash. We've seen, like I said, the posters coming out, people just making these AI posters about them. But yesterday, when interviewed, Minister Musa said, yes, you know what? Yes, they're two very, very vying candidates. They're very competent. And either of them would make a great mayor. But first, we have to go through a convention to decide which one of them will actually be the candidate against whosoever decides to pop up. Which gives a public a credence of sorts to the dynamics there. I don't know. Will it be a convention, or will Alan even step forward and say, hey, I think I'll vie for mayor?
You know, it's rough because, you know, Alan used to be the, the star boy in that council, and the things happen, and it's clear that, you know, things have fallen apart.
There was a mayor an interview with the mayor, where he said, yes, me and Mr. Pollard, we had, and then it's totally, and then it gone. Yeah, we have a good working relationship.
Right.
I'm like, what you mean try something before?
Very telling. So, and then you have Elude, again, Nepo son-in-law, but also first-time councillor, fresh, very, very fresh.
But Courts, he's been working in the city council for years, and he's walked his way up the ranks.
If you could go from an intern to mayor, just like that, then something wrong, because there's so many steps in between. Being a mayor of a city is no easy feat. You have so much on your plate, and you have to deal with certain things that other people can't, just literally will not be able to deal with. You have to lead, and not everybody is a leader. Now, again, you have these. It's interesting that they're both two young men. That is good. I think we need fresh blood, for sure. But Alan definitely has more experience. And I'm not like saying one or the other, because at the end of the day, they're all politicians, and, they're all politicians. But Alan definitely has more experience. But, at the end of the day, it's the delegates who will vote. It's the people who will vote. But Kareem is saying that it should go to a convention. So while we may feel like maybe the mayor or the party in general is leaning towards an endorsement, Kareem is stepping out of that and saying, we need a convention. I think especially since this is a matter of the incumbent leaving, I don't think we should just shove somebody to fill up the shoes. I agree that a convention is necessary. I think people need to voice who they want to see instead of just somebody being shoved in their face, right?
And it's interesting because we know that Elude has reached deputy mayor because of, the council vote, right? Fair. But then publicly being endorsed by your father-in-law at the same time, it's like, okay, did the actual voting in the council, was he endorsed?
Of course. I mean, he'll be like, I was voted into being deputy mayor.
But the mayor
with the backing
voted
your backing, it's the councillors that votes, but the mayor how are you as a councillor? You see your mayor, your boss, they say, vote for my son-in-law, and you want to be like...
Your boss. Like, if you go against the grain of your boss,
You do face certain consequences when you don't stick to the status quo. So while you are voted in by your colleagues are obviously, they can't be completely objective. They're obviously influenced by the mayor, the big boss of the city. Like, come on, man. I don't think they take me for puppet show sometimes.
They are, and who knows, Courts, because like I said, elections are next year, municipal elections are next year, and who knows, maybe people just tired of the PUP too.
But then we don't even know who they run for the UDP.
We don't know that. With it up the proverbial creek with one broken paddle, that the will with it, right?
Yeah, but I do hope Alan I think it'll make it more interesting. I would love to see a convention as opposed to an endorsement. I do hope Alan is considering it, and I know he's probably getting some encouragement considering it, and will put his name in, and maybe others too, who knows?
And what I will say is a convention is definitely a democratic way of doing things, right? You put it to the test. who do you want vying as your PUP candidate for mayor? Vote on that. Because you can't just endorse somebody and then have somebody come and then they battle to the end. It's a no 2025 UDP rosters all over the country. No. Have your convention. If that be the case, if Alan does decide to step up, have your convention, let the people vote. And then we see what happens on elections day, who will be the UDP candidate and councillor candidates. I don't know, but I think that no time you need to start launch that for true though. Just saying UDP.
Make the people like know, cause like you hear all these rumors, but it's none of the people you're hearing. So like now we're all curious to see who will be the UDP candidate and whether they stand a chance against the mighty Miller or the mighty Pollard.
Well, guys, we shall see with that. But moving on into our fourth topic, and this one, yes, so this one is so kind of crazy. We know that the National Agriculture and Trade Show has come and gone, guys. Another yearly, another annual event. Hot, dusty, deals upon deals upon deals. Courts, were you there?
Hell no, because of the hot and dusty part.
But yes, guys, we know that it's come and gone. And with that coming and going of it, we had those lovely security personnel out there. Never had nothing too drastic happen. I think it was it was so much cops out there. They were making sure that everything was secure. And that was May 1st weekend, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd week, that weekend there. And, well, today on May 19th, and they still not get paid yet. Still have not gotten paid as yet. Now, as history would dictate, and they have agreed to this, is that, you know what, maybe 2 weeks, the next payday, we say, with payment come in. Well, payday come and gone last week Friday. And they have still not been paid as yet. So when asked about this, they're like, so where really they happen with our pay? Apparently there's a $90,000 bill. Right? And they're apparently, the Ministry of Home Affairs is asking the government for somewhat
for them to like step in and pay some of it.
Pay some of it?
Or no, the Ministry of Agriculture is asking the Ministry of Home Affairs for a discount. Because they said they can't pay the entire 90,000 bill. But don't you get like a quotation or something before? Like if you write to this minister and you say, well, I need X amount of officers, quote me how much that, because you need to put it in your budget, right? So I don't know how that happened, that it's so exorbitant. And then what was pointed out is that agriculture show is usually 2 days, but because it fell on a holiday, it was 3 days. So you have an extra day.
But that is supposed to be in your budget.
Exactly. No, agreed. Yes, of course. So it's like, how do you not budget this out? And now the police officers who worked incredibly hard on a hot and dusty day.
On a hot, dusty day?
Yes, and now they have to suffer because you never budget properly. That not make no sense.
But the part of the news segment that really like blew my mind, they're asking for a revisit of the invoice. We done work for this, Papa Man, under the guise that you may pay we ABC. How you go back now go revise our invoice and pay we less? That's fraudulent misrepresentation for me. That right there.
Yeah. And and I saw somebody point out a question of like, this is just up in the air, but police officers, their duty is to protect and serve. And I understand when they protect certain places, like if you see a police officer stationed outside of a bar, for example, this is a special duty, right? Or a shop, one of those Chinese stores or whatever. They're on special duty. This isn't a part of their normal patrolling duty. They're on special duty to be at that shop. Like that shop will pay for have a security guard, a police officer to secure them. However, when you have a national event like the National Trade Show, shouldn't it just be part of the police officers' normal duties and not special duties to protect this event?
I want to know how much of them, and if they had to relocate them for the day or the night or the weekend, remember? Because I don't think Belmopan have that much that they were talking about in order to guard just that and then deal with other things in the communities surrounding Belmopan. I think they would have to bring them over, have to give them one allowance for the A, B, and C. But where did this allowance come from if they don't get paid for it yet? From out of their pocket?
I guess.
Did they have to submit their vouchers afterwards so that we spent this on lodging, on food, on whatever, and then they don't get paid for it yet? I wonder how that works.
Generally, they give subsistence before you or whatever subsistence you get.
So then the subsistence would have covered the 3 days, meaning
Meaning, but that would just be food and lodging. That wouldn't be like your pay, right?
right, but then they've budgeted for those 3 days
Yeah.
subsistence.
But they didn't budget for the paycheck
Payment itself?
Yeah.
That make
Makes
no
no
sense. Again, guys, as I usually say, if you undo something, make it make sense, man. Please. But yes, they are vying for that right now. We shall see what comes from this ordeal.
Right.
Poor policeman. We're moving on into our sixth topic this morning. Yes, sixth. This has to do with attorney Andrew Bennett and his case for extradition. And it's been it's been 9 years, really. I know the news is saying like 15 or 60, yeah, 15. No, 9 years. It's since 2017 that the U.S. has formally requested an extradition of Andrew Bennett. And 9 years for this. This has gone through the High Court, this has gone through the Court of Appeal, and this has recently reached the CCJ, where it was reported that the CCJ has sent it back down to be heard for other issues, constitutional issues of that nature, And this means that, okay, if going back to the High Court to be tried or heard, the arguments for the constitutional breaches to be heard, especially the right to fair trial and due process, for these amount of years, is it violated? And if that not come out to somebody's liking, then going back to the Court of Appeal, and if that not come out to somebody's liking back to the CCJ, we're looking at an extension of time. So is it really a violation of his right to due process? And that is what his legal team is looking into at this point. Because of apart from other things such as using WhatsApp messages to actually solidify evidence against him. Yeah.
Right, because they were using the intercepted WhatsApp messages as evidence to support the extradition request. But according to the High Court and the Court of Appeal, they had originally found that it was obtained unlawfully because of the Interception of Communications Act, right? But then they later on, when they got to the CCJ, they realized, hold on, but this wasn't enforced until 2023. This didn't come into effect until 2023, which is before, the actual alleged...
6 years before.
Crime was committed. So now, because that happened, they have to send it all the way back, say you were basing everything off this, and it's not,
It wasn't even enforced.
Exactly, so now I have to go back to the drawing board and pull it all through the courts again, with this new knowledge. And so when they asked Bennett's attorney Hector Guerra if this was something that's well, first of all, they said that their firm wasn't involved until it got to the CCJ.
Yeah.
So they weren't involved before, and he's saying that it's not so unusual because he said it's common for apex courts to do that. So it's just like how many people have made it to the CCJ and have to
I think
get
this is the final straw, no? And
yes. Go all the way back to the beginning. And it does bring up the question of infringement of rights because everybody has the right to, a fair trial, but as quick as possible trial because all of those years and you're in limbo, like 9 years is a lot of time to just be in limbo.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
Exactly. So we have to see what happens with this case.
Who knows? Maybe it might be 15 years indeed. Because now we know that appeals don't usually happen like that. It takes a time, it goes through rotation, and then from there to the CCJ, it goes through another rotation. But 9 years with one case, and this is your freedom just being there. 9 years of that mental torment of uncertainty. What will happen in this case, all right? But yes, guys, that's where Andrew Bennett is at this point. And his legal team is working to see if there is any violation of his rights. We're moving on into our final topic this morning and a bit of sad but at the same time hopeful news. We know and we've seen him here on the show before, but Nuwane Martinez, son of the late Aurelia Martinez, he was actually involved in an accident in Houston recently where we never knew about it until he posted it. He was saying that he was a passenger in this vehicle that collided with another vehicle. He, apart from having a few scars, he's okay. They're now checking to see if there was any internal damages that he sustained. but he is hopeful for the meanwhile. And he's also saying that one thing that he will say that saves lives is your seat belt.
Of course, yeah.
Definitely. I know I heard an analogy that, you know what, seat belts keep you trapped in the vehicle. That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Do you want to be outside the vehicle?
You want to
wanna be
fly
on
out through the
road?
windshield or like, you know, or fly out through the window when the vehicle is tumble.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, seat belts save lives, and he just wants to, you know, bring that out in his message. I think we had the Facebook post. But yeah, we're praying for speedy recovery for
Yeah.
him.
And we're glad that he's okay, you know. We know his father passed away in an accident, a
Yeah.
plane accident, but accident still. So we're glad that he's okay and, you know, continue doing the great things that he's doing.
All right, guys, and with that, we've come to the end of our couch talk this morning. I do have 2 quick shout-outs to do. The first one goes to a sweet lady that I met yesterday, Miss Telma. She's an avid viewer of Sunup on 7. She says she watches every single day, so thank you so much, Miss Telma, for your support and love. She says she gave vexed with her grand picnic when they call across and want to change the channel. No, this is Sunup time. This
Right,
is Sunup time.
6:30 to 8:30.
And if she does not catch it, if by some chance she misses it, she goes ahead and she watches it in the afternoon or in the night. But she cannot miss her Sunup, so thank you so much for that support. And another person who apparently avidly watched Sunup on 7 and has expressed a love for me is Sister Mercy from SCA.
Wow.
And has specifically told my mom, Brandon need to stop travel because whenever he go, like, hysteria happen, right? But Sister Mercy, thank you so much for your love and support as well. She watches from the convent there, but it's like it's nice to see people from all over watching, and yes, I cannot promise that I will not travel again.
He'll have up your
traveling.
foot, unfortunately. He
Yes,
looks like Kareem.
I jet set. I have the travel bug, and it's kind of, she quote from, oh, I know you made that Peru and Chile last year, and even somewhere the year before, and I'm like, man,
She's keeping track.
keeping track. I cannot, I'm trying to explore the world so that I could come back and impart knowledge upon you guys. But yes, guys. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for love and support. But we do have a beautiful sunrise as
Right.
we're ending this. This one is coming from who?
I think it's from Corozal, if I...
Here, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is from Libe Ayuso, Corozal Bay.
This is beautiful.
Corozal, and a big up on yourself.
I
And I got a
know.
pretty Libe out there.
Bay City. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Ms. Ayuso, for your submissions. Guys, this just warmed my soul from this morning that was extremely heated already. It warms it. It warms it. But yes, guys, we've come to our first commercial break. And when we are back, we're jumping into beautiful conversations. So stay tuned. Okay, we're going.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my smart plan. Want it, Smartphone, internet, in my hand, call me, want my smart plan, want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, this situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Binic.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, Courts and I went through a number of couch talk topics for you. And yes, guys, we feel the love and we feel your perspectives as well, especially with the jet-setting trends that's currently happening and the endorsements. But we're jumping into our first conversation this morning, and we're going to be talking about digital literacy and a training program that is afoot. But with us, joined via Zoom, is the PG coordinator, Mr. Timothy Dami. I hope I'm saying that correct. And then we have Mr. Paul Diaz, who's the Belize City coordinator as well. So good morning to both of you, gentlemen. How are you both doing this morning?
Good morning and great job on the name. You had it right the first time.
Damie. Got it. All right. Okay, so Mr. Damie, I want to first start off this conversation with you. When we're talking about digital literacy, let's educate our people out there about what digital literacy actually is before we get into the training program.
Right. So basically, when we talk about digital literacy nowadays, it's about the shift, the whole paradigm shift from all of the services that once were done by going into a physical office or a bank that you would do in person with pen and paper. All of these things are now being done online via either a web browser or through a specific app that has been created for the particular services that are available. So digital literacy is the person's ability to be able to be literate in those uses of those types of apps and services. Many people, especially people who were born probably before 2000, were used to doing things where they would come into a bank or come into an office and then provide that service. Even something with Social Security, for example, claiming sick days or going in and filing for benefits. Now, all of these things, they've made the transition, and pretty soon the walk-in ability will be gone. So we want to make sure with this program is to try to provide that gap, right? Or bridge that gap.
All right. I just echo some of the things that you've said, and I know that, for instance, Social Security is going on online. We have the Iris portal, the taxes, because they don't really have walk-ins like that anymore unless you definitely need the help. They have their services there to offer you that help. But now we have this training program. So let's start talking about more how this training program will be working. What time, place, how it will work like that.
Okay, well, I'll be able to give you the details for the Toledo district.
Sure.
We're going to be the first one up, and I'll let Mr. Diaz talk a little bit about the Belize City district. So with our district, what we're going to be offering is that this Friday and Saturday from 8:30 to 11:30 on the UB Toledo campus, being that UB is a partner in this program along with the Ministry of Finance and IDB. We're going to be having the trainings in our Stanley Nicholas Conference Hall, which holds about 100 individuals. It's air conditioned. We're going to be providing snacks. We'll have coffee. We'll have beverages. And during these, it's 2 days. It's Friday and Saturday. Right now, we have about 25 formal registrants that signed up, but we are open to walk-ins. And so the training will take place. We have about 20 digital buddies, people that have been previously trained. 3 of them are what we would call train the trainers. And then the other 17 are frontline buddies who will be there in the room to work with the individuals. During these trainings, we have outside participants because we want to make sure that we add value and we add the people who are running these services. So for example, on Friday, we'll have Belize Bank there to be able to help individuals who may not have the app on their phone to access their bank accounts and do cash transfers. They'll also be there to help people install and set up their eCash accounts. On Friday, we also have Social Security to help you with your portal and also help you with your app, so you can actually check your own benefits with the new app that they have there. And we also have the police department, who's coming to basically work with the crowd regarding online security and online safety. Saturday, right now, we currently have commitments from the Labor Department. And the Labor Department is going to be sending the employment officer so that we can work with job seekers and teach them how to search online using websites such like as LinkedIn, being able to register with any employment sites, creating a resume, creating a CV, and being able to put those together and prepare yourself for an interview. So we still have some outstanding invites that we're waiting on. We're still waiting on the Lands Department, the Lease Tax Service, courts, vital statistics. So we really want, when these individuals leave these trainings, that they actually have user accounts and can be productive. So it's very practical. It's not theoretical. It's not like you're going to take a quiz. Can you do this? No, you're going to have to show us that you can do it. We have a series of checklists which shows that either you can't do it, you can do it, or you could do it with help. And the beautiful thing about this is that all of the individuals who attend will be assigned a follow-up buddy who will work with them individually to ensure that they complete the program. There's about 8 units and skill sets that we're looking to assess people in. And so at the end of the program, what we would want to do is have everyone signed off in at least 6 of those skill areas. And each participant will also get a certificate showing which skills that they have achieved in their training. But the digital buddies will be able to follow up. And what we did was we chose them from across Toledo so that logistically they'll be able to work with individuals in their own communities, whether it be a community center, a church, a palapa, a digital connect center, some form of formal training where they'll be able to continue up through the end of June. I don't know, Paul, if you want to talk a little bit about your about the Belize City district.
Sure thing, yeah. Go ahead. Mr. Diaz, are you there? Hello.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Yes, good morning, good morning. We're hearing you now.
Okay, great. So this Saturday we will also be having our first Belize City. I'm starting off with EP York and some of the different high schools that we do have here in Belize City, which is one of our core focus areas with the trainers, where they will be training the digital buddies. We also be having our clinics, where we would go and starting to vet what areas someone would be needing help in more. Maybe depending on your learning abilities, you may already know how to use WhatsApp or some other platform. I know a lot of seniors are able to do that now, which is becoming something which is very rampant. The online banking is another issue where a lot of people need to focus on applying for things online. So Saturday we'll be having our first session at EP York with the students there, the fourth formers, where they will be bringing in their individuals to train, and they will go forward from there, and then which starts the actual training of the program, where we'll be having a 6 weeks course of them training the individuals that they bring in.
Ah, all right. So you're equipping the formers
Right.
with the knowledge before. And is there any idea as to when these 6 weeks will commence?
Usually we'd hope to have them run correspondingly, like every week. A lot of them, well, I know it's prom season and graduation season, so a lot of the high schoolers that we have are focusing on that. So we're just trying to make sure that we're able to use them, seeing that they were the ones we reached out to first. And we're also looking at different NGOs and different other organizations that we'll be working with. I know for the disability in Belize City, we had BACTA that we'll be working closely with. We also were working with the elderly, with some in the places we had some of the youth hostels that we were working with. We are also targeting minority groups, women, job seekers. So as long as you fit into that criteria, or if you're someone who needs assistance, then we are here to render aid and assist you with that.
Okay, so I see that you have dates for, no, you said registration is free. So how can people sign up for it? Is it still open?
Yes, it's still open. We have a QR code link on the flyers that we have around.
Okay.
You just sign up depending on your district, and then each district has a regional coordinator. I am for the Belize district. Mr. Tim is for the Stanley Creek. We have Mr. Imhotep Dago, which is for, Mr. Tim is for Toledo. Imhotep is for Stanley Creek. We have Miss Anna, which is for Corozal. We have Miss Aisha Wright, which is for Orange Walk. And I believe for the Cayo district, that is split in two, Belmopan and San Ignacio. And then we have 2 coordinators for that district as well.
No, I see, like you said, it says scan the QR code, but for persons who aren't, again, digitally literate, is there any other way that they can reach out? Would they be able to call you guys instead to sign up, or does it have to be online?
Yeah, I can answer that. So on the flyer, you'll notice that when you were scanning it there just now, It also has an email address. So for each district, they'll have the email address for the district coordinator and a phone number as well. And so I can tell you that I've had about 10 people so far that called me and weren't able to use the QR code. But you'll notice there it says click here to register. If you click on that link, it will take you to the same form. And typically what's been happening is I've been providing the individuals the link manually and they're able to sign up. But if someone totally doesn't know how to sign up using either, I will manually enter them into the system, because one of the first units that we have is basic computer literacy, which goes through the parts of a computer. It goes through the cell phones. We actually will have tablets there for someone who comes who does not have a device. But at the same time, we have to be mindful that we don't want to bore people. We want people to come in and get tangible skills that they need and that they want. So sometimes with programs, people come in and you say, okay, we're going to start today with this is a keyboard and this is a mouse. And you may lose about half the individuals or more who already have an idea of what those are. So we're going to be giving pre-assessments to kind of determine where the individuals belong. And I know, for example, in Toledo, we're going to have 3 different rooms. So we have one dedicated to people who are just beginners. And then as they progress, they will go to the other rooms and be able to get further advanced skills as they're prepared for it. But as I mentioned, each person will have to do a pre-assessment and a post-assessment, which is a really good idea because this ensures that learning has taken place. And then by having that follow-up, it really ensures that it's sticking with them. We are encouraging everyone to bring whatever devices they have, their cell phones, their laptops, because when you do it on your own device, when you go home, it's easier to maintain it. But if you learn on a device that we provide you, and then you go home and you say, but my screen doesn't look like that. So this is why we encourage everyone to bring their own device. But if they don't have one, we have one for you to use that day.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, am I right in assuming this isn't the first of these classes? And if so, what has the feedback been like from previous students?
Yes, this is the actually second time we've done this. The first time was a Digital Buddies program, which was for seniors. So typically it was for anyone 50 and older. We had very good feedback from that program. We did most of our training in the field. For some reason, that first round, we didn't get a lot of participation at the community level to come to the actual location. But when we sent people out into the field, it was very good. Now, this time, the program is not just open to seniors. It's basically, we're looking at age 16 and up. And we're open to anyone and everyone who wants to come and learn how to be productive and to participate in this digital transformation.
And in terms of the operating systems now, we know we have people with Android phones, we know we have people with Apple phones, two completely different interfaces. Will training be done with those, like let's say using their smartphones with the different OS, the operating systems?
Yes, and this is why we're going to have the digital buddies in the room. So, for example, there'll be, when the presenter from Social Security starts to explain things, everyone's going to have their own devices. So now our buddies are diverse, just like you mentioned. Some are going to use Android, some are going to use iOS. So in that case, in each room, there'll be 5 additional buddies plus a senior buddy who's trained in both areas to be able to assist those individual users. And like you said, it's important that we're able to branch out and cover all of the various operating systems that are out there, just so that you're more inclusive. Yes.
All right.
Awesome. So, yes, remind us again the time and the place that these sessions will be taking place, and when does registration close?
Okay, registration will be open up until we start training that day. So if for some reason somebody doesn't register online using the form, they could still come on Friday morning at 8:30, the UB Toledo campus, which is on Jose Maria Nunez Street. And we have a large conference hall called the Stanley Nicholas Conference Hall. It was just dedicated last year and christened. And it's, like I said, it holds 100 people. It's fully AC and fans. We have seating, we have digital projectors, we have the whiteboards. Everything is there for the trainers to be successful. And it's Friday, and Saturday this week from 8:30 to 11:30. If you can come both days, you're welcome. If you can only come one, you're welcome as well. We will do our best to fit the training to what your needs are. We have an agenda set, we have the topic set, but our approach is very fluid because we won't physically know the level of each participant until they come in. A lot of times when you're taking a survey and somebody asks you, do you know how to use this? And then you say, okay, yes, I know how to use it, but to what level? And also that's very subjective. So we want to make sure that we actually physically assess and then work with you so that you are learning in each area at your pace, learning what you want to need, what you need to know, and what you want to know.
All right. And just a clarification matters as well. I note that the poster that we have been airing here is specifically for the PG chapter. Is there any other posters, or where can persons find a centralized poster to see where in their districts, what time, who to contact? Where can they find that?
Okay, yes, our communications officer will be, Ms. Simplis will reach out and provide that flyer for the other districts. I also wanted to mention one other thing. This Friday, one of the things that we're doing to remove obstacles is that we have a school bus that's running for our final exams. And that bus runs from San Antonio, goes through Silver Creek, San Miguel, comes around through Big Falls, and comes to UB. That bus will be available for people to come who are coming from those villages to remove the obstacle of having to pay for transportation. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And I don't know if Mr. Mr. Diaz has any other comment regarding the other dates for the other districts.
Yes,
with the other districts,
Go ahead.
believe. Okay, for the other districts, I believe some of them will be running simultaneously, because for this weekend there is one in Belmopan happening, and next weekend for the Corozal and Orange Walk district, I am not sure, but you can always reach out to the district coordinators, which would have more insight with their districts and their approach when it comes to their training dates and how their trainings will be done.
Okay. All right. So, Paul, again, remind us about the time here in Belize City specifically, and who do they contact in case they need to register?
Yeah, manually.
So I would be your point of contact for Belize City as the regional coordinator. For the time frames, we usually always try to start at 9 and try to wrap it up at least by 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I know a lot of times, sometimes on Saturdays, people use that as their day to do errands or other important things that they couldn't do during the week. So we try to make it as interactive and brief as possible so that we don't lose their attention, or if it's just something that you're just sitting there and getting bored through the training. So we try to let them be as interactive as possible and focus on the areas that you want to learn on.
Right.
All right.
How important is it to involve, like, I know you were mentioning high school students earlier in the high schools. How important is it to involve high schoolers and youths in this process? Because they grow up in the digital age, so most likely they have some knowledge of it, whether their expert levels, aren't the same, but they have at least a knowledge of how to use a basic phone. So how important is it to put them, especially with the older persons, it's a difficult situation because you have to have patience and understanding, and you have to realize that these people grew up when there was no cell phones, nothing. So importance of training them to be able to handle persons who are much below their level of digital literacy.
Well, for most of the individuals that we have received do have either an elderly person or a grandparent that is at home or close to them that do ask them these questions. And last year when we focused on the seniors, a lot of them, the sentiments were the same, where either the grandchild was a bit annoyed or flustered with them asking to repeatedly doing the same steps over and over. And so this time around, the students share the same sentiments where either their grandparent or an elderly person in the family would come and tell them, okay, well, they need assistance in trying to open something or to get something done on their phone. And the level of either frustration is there because as adults, sometimes we don't like repeating ourselves to younger individuals, so then the roles are switched. So with this, the patience is something that you need to have, and it's just your approach. We did a lot of simulations and role plays in our first trainings we had in Belmopan, where we tried to use different individuals to show how you would react or how you would approach that individuals. We tried to do one with someone that was blind. We have language barriers with some individuals that you may come across. Sometimes you may have an advanced elderly person. Sometimes you may have uh, even a younger person that may be advanced or the total opposite. So we try to do as much simulations as possible to see what situations may arise during your trainings with the individuals you come across.
And I just have a little commendation as well because I think it's fascinating that we're teaching the younger students how to access portals such as lands department and social security, filing their taxes and things like that because these are trainings that we never had back in my days. Oh, that sounds wrong.
Our days.
Our days. But yeah, no, I think it's very nice to be training the young adults as they venture forward. And yes, as they're teaching their elderly parents or grandparents or other persons who may not be digitally literate on how to navigate these things, they also bolster that into their system. They also enhance their training themselves about how to do these things so that when you grow up, now you can't say that you never know, right?
Yeah.
So huge commendations on that, beginning with the high school students. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as we wrap up the conversation, do you guys have any last words?
Let's start off. Go ahead, Mr. Deme. Yes.
Yeah, I would just say that I truly believe in this program. I was a part of the first Digital Buddies. I'm a part of this Digital Buddies. My background is as a Peace Corps volunteer is something, I'm embedded in sustainability. And so I truly believe that we as educators and as citizens who want to see better for our young people and for our citizens, it's about helping them across the line, helping them across the digital divide, providing them access so that they can participate in this economy and in the social aspects of life. Many of the young people that you mentioned know how to use devices, but not productively.
Yeah.
They know how to use devices for TikTok. They know how to use devices for Instagram. But when it comes to actually doing something on the device that is going to better their situation in life, that's where they need help. And I think it's important that we owe that to them because we created this environment that we're in now. So it's up to us to bring them across to be able to work with them so that they know how to use these same platforms that we've created.
Totally agree with you. And as we're closing, Mr. Diaz, do you have any final words for people out there?
Just don't be afraid. No matter how old you may be, we all are susceptible to learning. So don't be afraid to join it. A fun, interactive play. You know, we do learn a lot of things. Sometimes ourselves as older individuals have certain things that we may not know and a younger person shows us. Just for my contact information for those who want to reach out, my WhatsApp is 608-1741 and my email is pauld7214@gmail.com for those of you who have any questions and would like to reach out in regards to training and other aspects that we can cover with you.
Awesome, great. Well, thank you guys so much for being on our show and for promoting this program. It's super interesting. It's super necessary, especially today. And I really hope that people sign up and that people who need the help are able to get it. It's always important to be more digitally literate, but to enhance your skills in any way. And you said something important at any ages. It's never too late to learn new things and to enhance yourself, to better yourself, to be able to handle these things. So thank you guys so much.
Yes. And with that, guys, we go to our next commercial break. And when we are back, we're jumping into another amazing conversation for you. Stay tuned.
These charter remains aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we were talking about the digital literacy training program that's happening Friday and Saturday in PG, Saturday here in Belize City. And if you want to know more about where it's happening in your district, please contact the UB office or go on the UB website or go find UB and you will see more than likely the flyers and who you are to correspond with. But we're jumping into our second conversation for this morning. And guys out there, it's that time of year again where
The river is calling.
the river is calling. You need to beat the heat. You need to retreat in the jungle. And what better place to do that than with Gaia River Lodge itself? And with us on the couch to discuss amazing deals and programs, no stranger to our couch, guys, Kobe Montejo, who is from Gaia River Lodge and in guest services. Well, good morning, Kobe. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. It's good to be back. Thank you guys for having us again.
Yes, no problem. Always a good conversation because we get to learn more about what Gaia is offering, and especially to our Belizean people, and new experiences as well, right? So let's start talking about the big bang that's happening at Gaia.
Oh yeah, so right now we're offering local rates. It's 50% off. We started off at $295 Belize, plus of course the taxes and whatnot. But we go up to $475. We also have that as breakfast included as well. With that, you could get a more farm to table experience. You could go to our garden, pick your eggs, your vegetables. You could take it over to our waiters in the restaurant, and what they'll do is you could just let them know how you'd like it, and we'll make it fresh for you.
Wait, so you pick your eggs?
Pick your eggs and everything.
You're going at a chicken coop.
Yeah.
What?
The real experience.
I swear to you.
How do you know if an egg is going to be better than another egg?
Well, let's say you get to feel the egg, so you go in the chicken coop. It's all right. You know what? I want that one. So that one's special to you, authentic to you.
I love that. So you pick your vegetables and everything like that. You can't pick the pig, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? But, so you get that experience. Is that included in the rates that you just listed, or is that the next experience?
No. So the breakfast is included. The breakfast as long as you have your breakfast included, you could do the breakfast harvest.
Okay.
And if any case that you want to do the breakfast harvest and you don't have it included, you can still do that experience. It's just there's no additional charge for it.
All right.
It's just we just posted the room as if most of our rooms come with continental breakfast, but if in case you don't have the breakfast included, we just charge it to the room.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
And so that's breakfast, and now you have a treat for dinner as well.
Yes. So we do have a bonfire a deal after dinner. But what we're offering for locals right now is if you're living in the San Ignacio area or Belmopan area, what we do is we're providing a shuttle service. So if in case that you're uncomfortable with driving in the Mountain Pine Ridge after dark, we understand it's a bit I'd say scary for some, especially if you're not used to the road.
Yeah.
We're providing shuttle services. All you have to do is reach out to reservations department or to the front desk, and what we'll do is we'll go and pick you up. As long as you're at a group of 6 from San Ignacio, 6 or more, and from Belmopan, we would do 10 or more. So if in case you want to get out with the girls, you want to leave town, you want to do something different, Gaia is the place for you to come.
I like that because you eliminate the risk of people driving at night.
Yes.
And if they're going and like you said, you want to have a nice girls' night out with drinking wine and everything, you don't have to worry about somebody to drive back on these roads or anything like that. So they contact the front office or the front desk. What do they have a number?
Yes, our number or WhatsApp is going to be 604-0581, or you could give us a call on our landline, which is going to be 880-5005.
Right, and then you also mentioned there's a spa with lunch included.
Yes. So what we're doing right now, we're encouraging locals to come out. You could come down to this, of course, is by reservation as well. We just give us a call, leave us a message, and you book a time. What we do is we have our spa at the waterfall, and you do it there. We also have lunch there as well. We send it down for you, food, drinks, and of course, you could also enjoy the waterfall while you're there.
Okay. So you have breakfast with the harvest, lunch with the spa, and dinner with the transportation.
Yes, of course, the transportation for the dinner would be complimentary because, of course, you're already dining with us. So, I mean, that is complimentary as well.
Yeah. That's great. And in terms of now, back to that, yes, the time, is there a time that we operate within or?
6:30.
6:30.
6:30 would be leaving from San Ignacio, and then when everybody would be finished with dinner, then we just group up, we load up in the van again, we take you back to San Ignacio. It would be one set pickup and drop off location.
Okay, there we go. All right, so
Okay.
6:30, and that's for both Belmopan and San Ignacio?
Yes, Belmopan we try to do it a little earlier, but with that we always try to reconfirm with the guests.
And
or
so,
whoever's decided to book.
girls' night out again. I'm just touching on this topic.
Yeah.
So 6:30, you get there, or you get picked up, and you get to the location, and the party is just nice and continuing on. Is there any time cap that we're putting it at?
Well, our dinner stops at 8:30, but our bar closes at 10. So if in the event that it's just it's just you guys, then we will try to bend the rules as much as we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a certain number in a group to be able to use a shuttle?
For San Ignacio, we aim for 6, and in Belmopan, we try to go for 10. The max we can do would be 14 persons.
For either?
For either or, yeah.
All right. And so now we spoke about breakfast, we spoke about lunch, and we spoke about dinner, but I understand as well that the menu has been revamped.
Yes, we changed the menu, so we have more local options. It's just to embrace the Belizean culture and the cuisine that we have. But we still have some international dishes on there as well, just in case you want to try something different with us.
Tell us more about the local options, though.
All right, so for dinner now, we start to do lamb jacks. I know that people lamb jacks, yes. So,
Okay.
we have that. We also have tamales. Tamales as an appetizer as well. And of course, for desserts and whatnot, we also have some options for you as well. If in case that you have any food allergies and whatnot, we do make exceptions for that as well. We can take out certain things out of how the dishes are made. So for sensitive stomachs, we can make accommodations as well.
Right.
I'm just thinking about the tamales from Kai. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, yes, why more people not have this on their menu, right? But here we have Ghana doing that. So now I also understand that there's a Michelin thing happening. I don't know. Tell us more about.
Yes. So we lead the country in Michelin Keys. I do understand that there's other resorts as well in the country that does have one, but we are the only ones in the country that has 2 keys.
And what do you mean by keys? That's the thing.
So-
People equate Michelin to Michelin stars or
Yes.
the tire, right?
So the keys are a rating. It's an international rating. It's totally random. We have Michelin guides that come in, inspectors. They come in, and at random they give you a grade. So you'll never know who it is. They'll come in. They'll grade you based on how their stay was. We got 2 out of 3. So we're trying
congrats.
next year to get the 3rd one.
What would you attribute to you guys getting those 2 as opposed to other resorts that have only gotten 1 in Belize?
Well, we focus a lot on the experience. As you know, we're perched on the side of a cliff. We have the waterfall there, but we try not to make it just the center of your experience. We want to make sure that you leave feeling as more than just a guest, but as one of our family members. So we try to give a local experience as well, while building relationships with our guests.
I love that aspect. Well, I know of some of the rooms there, but the specific one, how much is the waterfall lodge for?
The waterfall view cabanas, $425. Yeah, $425. And then we also have the waterfall view suite. We only have one of those, right? So that is for $475. Hillside view cabanas are at $295, and then we do have mountain view cabanas at $395.
Love it. And so anybody, and I'm just going back to the services that you have, this spa, is it only for guests or can persons book from anywhere?
From anywhere. If you're staying at another resort and you want to try us out, by all means, leave us a message. We could easily just send over our menu with our different spa services that we offer, and then you could just book it with us. We do our spa services as early as 9, and the last one will be from 4 to 5. If in case you want to do a 90-minute massage, then we'll, like I said, bend the rules for you. We're very accommodating.
Right. So repeat the numbers so that people know, or where they can find your information to contact you guys in case they want to make reservations or bookings.
Also, with the information, we are going to be posting it all over our social media. You can find us on Instagram or on Facebook. It's at Guy River Lodge. But if you have any more questions or details, stuff that you don't find on the flyers that we post or on the social media posts, then you could easily just message us on WhatsApp, the 604-0581.
Go ahead.
As it goes into like slower seasons, do you find that you do have more Belizeans coming in?
We've been having a lot of Belizeans in the high season as well.
Okay.
But right now we just, we feel as if Belizeans, they're not taking advantage of the different promotions that are around. And we want to make sure that we advertise this as much as possible.
And I always say it here on the show, guys, Belizeans, you need to get out and explore your own country. I've been to many outside because I've explored my country already, but there are so many more beautiful things in our country that I have seen out there.
Yeah.
Gaia being one of them, for instance, you go out on the patio outside having lunch or dinner and you just get to hear the roar of the waterfall and you see the hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pure pine trees, and it's just in its natural, glorious green state.
Yeah.
Go visit them, guys. I'm telling you. Then you go down to the waterfall and you see the beauty of the Five Sisters itself, and then
yeah.
Perfect, guys.
Yeah. So
Kobe, you also mentioned a number as well, 880.
5005.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Just making sure before I post that.
Yeah. And for those who don't know where Gaia is, for reference, if you know where Big Rock is, then you could easily find us. We're about a little under a mile away from Big Rock. So if in case you're already there and you want to have something to eat, a light snack, a drink, some lunch, just drive a little bit more down the road and we're going to be easily available for you.
And you know Big Rock, the famous waterfall.
Yeah.
They always be posting up. Beautiful, guys. But yes, go and give them a check out. Kobe, as we're coming to the end of this conversation, any final words for our people? Invite them to come.
I do feel as if Belizeans, like you said, they don't tend to travel within their own country. But I do feel like we need to take advantage of the wonders that we have here.
Definitely.
Why go across the border to different places when you could just stay right here? You know, it's something that a lot of people need to take advantage of. And right now we're basically pushing it in your face, like take it from us. Yes. You know.
And they could bend the rules for you.
I will bend the rules.
Awesome. So thank you so much. You know, you're right. I hope the people do, because Gaia is very beautiful, for real. It's one of the more, yeah, just this view makes it all worth it. But like you said, the experience and whatnot. So thank you so much for being on our couch, promoting Gaia, especially as the summer, like Brandon said, the summer is coming up and it's hot right now. The river is calling, and
just as an addition to that, our beach area, we don't have sargassum there. So
I love it.
little plug.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Yes,
for being
you.
here on our couch and talking to us about Gaia River Lodge today. And with that, guys, we will be taking another commercial break and we'll be back.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car. Wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Binik.
These charter remains aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Linda Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter remains aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Linda Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Welcome back, Sunup family. We have a little while to stay with you a little longer, and in that interim, me and Brandon will be playing a game. And if you're an avid watcher, you've seen this game before. You've seen Kevin and I play this game, so now we're going to see how Brandon handles it. I don't think the game has a name, but we're going to call it the numbers and words game. Basically, Brandon and I will be counting to 10 interchangeably, and then we will switch out different numbers for words. And or phrases. Yeah. So again, if you have probably seen us play this game before, and if so, you can suggest words or phrases, particularly if it relates to Belizean culture. You can suggest it in the comments, and we will use them. Yeah, but the goal is to turn all the numbers from 1 to 10 to words or phrases. And you can't forget. You have to remember it every single round, the same word that you use.
Oh my gosh.
So.
All right, so how do we begin, Quartz?
We begin with you saying 1.
All right, 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10. So because I'm 10, I'll change one of the words.
Okay.
So I'll change 2, and I'll make it something easy. We'll go with dog.
All right. So I begin again? Or
No, I think I begin this time. So 1.
Dog.
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10. I get to choose now, right?
Yeah.
I'll do 7 with Hibalangshore.
What? I can't pronounce that.
Hibalangshore, you don't know that?
What's that?
Like, pull up, make we talk, like, yeah, tell me a long story, tell me a story. What are you going? You don't know that?
No.
Hibalangshore?
What?
Girl, get it now. All right, anyways. Ready?
So you're one now this time.
1,
Dog.
3,
4.
5.
I forget which number you may use. 6.
Hibalangshore.
8.
9.
10.
All right.
I don't have something like Hibalangshore. That's crazy.
All right.
Hibalangshore. All right. I'm going to borrow one from our last game. So instead of 5, we will be hi, everybody.
All
For
right.
the sake of the Prime Minister. So 1,
Dog.
3,
4,
hi, everybody.
6,
Hibalangshore.
8,
9.
10.
This is hard.
All right. 4. Dress up, no puss back foot.
Okay, so
1,
dog.
3,
Dress up, no post back foot.
Hi everybody.
6,
Hibalangshore.
8,
9.
10.
All right, good.
Oh, that's kind of loud though.
Okay, then
Okay.
try.
We're gonna go with 1, and it's gonna be if you can't catch Harry, catch his shirt.
All right.
Okay. So wait, I start.
Yeah.
Okay, if you can't catch Harry, catch his shirt.
Dog.
3. Dude,
Dress
you're-
up, no puss back foot.
Hi everybody.
6,
Hibalangshore.
8,
9.
10.
Yeah.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. 3. Doodah, doodah. Yeah, that.
Okay.
If you can't catch a rig, you catch a shot.
Dog.
Doodah, doodah.
Dress up, no post back foot.
Hi, everybody.
6.
Hibalangshore.
8.
9.
10.
Wow, okay. Wanna do this? Wanna beat it?
Yes!
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna switch 10, and we're gonna switch it to. Is there any suggestions in the comments?
No.
No, guys.
Oh,
yeah.
should be one word no, because no, this over for me.
Oh, it's over now. 10 is it's over now.
Why?
Okay, if you can't catch Harry, catch your shirt.
Dog.
Doodah, doodah.
It's the mind. You know that. Dress up, no puss back foot.
Hi, everybody.
6.
Hiba no lang show.
Hiba no lang
What
show.
the fuck?
Hibalangshore.
Hiba lang show.
8.
9.
It's over now.
Ah. There we go.
And it's over now, because, man.
We're almost there. We only have like 3 more.
6. Sunup and 7.
Oh.
All right, so
6, 7.
if you can't catch Harry, catch a shot.
Dog.
Doodah, doodah.
Yeah. Just on the post back foot.
Hi, everybody.
Son up on 7.
Hibalangshore.
8.
9.
It's over now. Okay, we're gonna do 8, and it's gonna be. I'm trying to think of something that's very Belizean. Rice and beans. That's the most Belizean thing.
Damn, you take it from me. I'm gonna say rice and beans.
Beans. So, okay, if you can't catch Harry, catch your shirt.
Dog.
Duda, Duda.
Dress up no puss back foot.
Hi, everybody.
Sunup on 7.
Hibba Long Show.
Rice and beans.
9.
It's over now. Ooh, so this last one will be it. I want to say. If you're bande, you're bande.
All right, good.
If you can't catch a catch a shot.
Dog.
Do that.
Hi, everybody. Wait, I'm wrong. Dress up no puss back foot.
Hi, everybody.
Sunup on 7.
Hibba Lang Show.
What is it?
John Blanc.
Rice and beans. Rice and beans. No, you're trying to look. You
I
just.
forget what I say. Oh, if you're bande, you're bande.
And it's over now, and we did it.
Okay, all right.
See?
Wow, that game they're rough.
Yeah, no, imagine you're doing that
So
drum.
people in they talk about how it's too hard for catch up. So let's do one word. One
Okay,
word instead.
One word. All right.
Begin.
Okay. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9.
10. 5. Roger. Those names.
Okay.
1,
2,
3,
4,
Roger.
6,
7,
8,
9.
10.
Uh-huh.
And 2 will be Brandon.
Okay.
1,
Brandon.
3,
4,
Roger.
6,
7,
8,
9.
10. 4, Courtney.
All right.
1,
Brandon,
3,
Courtney,
Roger.
6,
7,
8,
9.
10. All right. 9 will be. We'll put Victor there.
Victor.
1,
Brandon.
3,
Courtney.
Roger.
6,
7,
8,
Victor.
10.
Mm.
All right. I said 10 just now.
Mhm.
7 will be Claudia. 1,
Brandon,
3,
Courtney,
Roger.
6,
Claudia.
8,
Victor.
10.
Yeah, all right. Good.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So now we'll make 3. That's still open, right? 3 will be Charlotte.
Charlotte.
1,
Brandon.
Charlotte,
Courtney.
Roger,
6,
Claudia. 2, 7, right?
8,
Victor.
10. Wow, okay.
Why is this harder?
This is rough. All right, so we done the tree?
Yeah.
Yes. 1,
Yeah.
Deborah.
Brandon.
Oh, we begin.
Oh,
Deborah.
Brandon.
Charlotte.
Courtney.
Roger.
6,
Claudia.
8,
Victor.
10. All right. So 6 will be
God.
Angeline. Oh, Deborah.
Brandon.
Charlotte.
Claudia. Courtney.
Roger.
Angeline.
Claudia.
8,
Victor.
10. Wow, okay. All right, 8.
Mhm.
Jules,
Okay.
Deborah,
Brandon,
Charlotte,
Courtney,
Roger,
Angeline,
Claudia,
Jules.
ah,
Mhm.
Victor.
10.
Oh my God.
Who will be lucky number 10? That'll be. We're gonna make that shine. We're gonna make 10
Oh my
shine.
God.
Deborah,
Brandon,
Charlotte,
Courtney,
Roger. She's sitting right there.
Angeline,
Claudia,
Jules,
Victor.
Shine. Okay, that game they kind of rough.
That game is hard.
Why that game so rough? But
I don't
anyways,
know. But it tests your memory skills and your ability to come up with things, I guess. I don't know.
should you do one more or just wrap up the show? It's 6:30.
Let's wrap up. We have 4 minutes to wrap up. So guys, thank you guys so much for playing along with us and for being here for our show on this Tutabulous Tuesday. We're glad you stuck out with us for Couch Talk, and then after Couch Talk, we spoke about the digital literacy program happening on Friday and Saturday. Registration is still open, so if you want to improve your skills or you know somebody who needs to figure out how to use their cell phones, be sure to reach out, find out where it is happening in your district, in your area, and reach out. In the PG area, they said that they had free transportation available on the UB buses passing through certain villages. So,
San Miguel, San Pedro, Colombia.
I think at least in San Antonio and then
Yeah,
Silver Creek and a bunch of other villages. So look out for that. This is a great program and we can always be more digitally literate. One of the things he had mentioned too is safety on the internet, which is a big deal because a lot of scamming happens and you lose sometimes your WhatsApp, sometimes you lose money. So this is to protect yourself as well. And then we had Kobe Montejo from Guest Services at Gaia River Lodge talking to you about their breakfast with harvesting, their lunch with spa, their dinner with transportation. So whatever you want. Also, they have beautiful rooms. They have the beautiful waterfalls. And they have a discounted price for Belizeans in this time of year. So take advantage of that. If you've never been to Gaia, this is your time. This is your opportunity. The river feels nice, guys. I could guarantee you that. Right now is the best river time you will find.
True, that is true. Man, I just think about, yes, I need a trip this soon.
Right.
And I'm just saying, go visit your country, guys, because oh man, is our country very beautiful. You just need to take advantage of that. Take up your trash though, please. Right. But our country is very amazing, guys. Go out there and explore it. This is the summertime. Take your kids out. Wanna go have a family vacation. It could be internally. You do not have to cross the borders. Trust me, you do not. We have far more beautiful things here to do in our country. I just think about go down south, like to the waterfalls, to the rivers down there as well. Go to PG. PG and all those villages have so many different things that you can do. And people are calling it recently the country of Toledo and the capital of Belize and all that, right? But no, they are beautiful in their own regard. Go and visit those waterfalls and the blue rivers. I remember a friend from Grenada told me, no, there's no blue rivers. How when I gone the other day, and I click, check that.
Yeah.
Blue rivers, guys, take advantage of your country, especially right now, because now you will start seeing all those hotels and those resorts coming out with their Belizean specialties. Budget for that, go take one nice trip out, deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it. Treat yourself. And I think that brings us to the end of our show. We have a minute left.
Oh, and for those asking who coming on with Renata tomorrow, sorry guys, you'll be faced with my face all week.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That's great though.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
The people love you, especially your friend we'll meet. Was it Miss Thelma who said that stop travel?
No.
Sister
Mercy.
Sister Mercy said that she's in for a treat. Sister Mercy, big up yourself, big up the SCA crew.
Mm-hmm. Yes, guys. But with that, we've come to the end of our show. And we just want to say thank you for joining us here today. And I echoed it And I continue to echo it. If you want to do something to them, make it make sense, please.
Right. Go out there, be grateful, have a great day, and Brandon will see you back here tomorrow. He'll be here all week.
Bye, guys.
On the river, on the bank. Kick out the shoes because you put them no cramp. Why you step on the river, on the bank? But the new dog, you know where people man. Yo, down the flank, we are go down the flank. Like a baller, we go down the flank. You cheap, pretty young, nothing that you
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up